Here's the thing, if you are over 40 and you are anxious about your financial future in a world where automation, AI impact jobs and the jobs are disappearing, take a breather. You are not alone and you are not powerless. In this video, I'm going to share my experience. Hopefully, there is going to be a takeaway. Stay with me. If you are new to this channel, I'm Linda. This is what happened to me when I left my 9-to-5 job. A lawyer, a former teacher, a coach, and somebody who had a title in society. Do you know what? I realized that I was unprepared for the next chapter that I was opening in my life, that of being an entrepreneur. I was moving away from being a professional with a title. I was anxious. I started doubting myself. I couldn't see the future because, as I've indicated, I had not prepared myself clearly. I literally walked through a fog. It wasn't just for a day, it wasn't for a week, it was for months. I was definitely not sure of where I was going. And one step at a time, I would wake up in the morning and just spend quiet time. And what I realized was that my thoughts were thoughts of anxiety, of worry, of fear, of uncertainty. And that impacted on my feelings. The day would be long. Every day I was going through this fog until one day something happened. A quiet thought just said, get a notebook, jot down 3 things that you want to focus on. And this quiet thought, it was wealth, health, freedom. Wow. I became a bit excited, and I then, on a daily basis in the morning, I would jot down 3 things I wanted to do that were taking me nearer my areas of focus. And one of the things that I did, I took a decision that every morning I'm going to walk. It wasn't easy because I had been driving and now getting up, walking. And then I realized that I was beginning to enjoy the early morning walks. I started jogging early instead of dragging myself out of bed. I would look forward to the early morning runs or walks when everybody is still asleep. It became a daily early morning routine right up to today. I get up in the morning, spend at least 1 hour quietly, and I make sure that, remember I said health was also important. Instead of starting with just coffee, I would just enjoy 2 glasses of water, hydrating, and then I would walk. These were very small things in my life. However, because I was taking myself out of the old self to the new self, they were very important. I did not devalue them, particularly because the feeling that I began to experience, it was a feeling that made me expand, a feeling that made me optimistic that I was getting somewhere. It was wealth, health, freedom. The freedom that I enjoyed when I just walked and the fresh, crisp air would just be brushing my face, I started not even missing getting into a car and driving in heavy traffic to an office. One thing led to another. And I jotted down that I wanted to invest in myself. I registered for a 12-month course. I read a lot and I learned so much. Technologically, I was just very, very poor. And today, I am talking to you. I am making a video using my mobile phone, something that I couldn't do. So one thing led to another. I even started celebrating these small victories by dancing. Me dancing, celebrating. Now, let's come back to you. This is what I want you to know. I understand why you are anxious. I understand why you are worried. I understand why you are confused about what's going on. I also understand why you are trying this and that and this and that. And I also understand why the noises and the shiny objects are attracting you. So, what am I saying to you? 1, be clear about what you want to do with your life. Now that you are over 40, you are over 50, you are over 60, you are over 70, what do you want? When I finally realized that what I wanted, it was to be wealthy, to be healthy, and to be free, that was a breakthrough. It was a breakthrough for me to understand that wealth just did not mean piles of money, that wealth meant being healthy, revising values, communicating what I represented, keeping good company. That is what I wanted. What do you want? And it's important that you have clarity about what you want. From tomorrow, grab a notebook. Don't use a computer. Just grab a notebook and a pen. Jot down 3 things that you want. And make sure that every day in the morning, even if it means waking up early, you remind yourself of those three things. What do you want? With me, as I've indicated, I had to jot down things that I had to do in order to be nearer the 3 areas: wealth, health, freedom, with clarity. And it was every day. Even today, I still wake up in the morning, quiet time. Whatever I do during the first hour of waking up, it's what is bringing me nearer to being wealthy in a holistic manner, to being healthy in a holistic manner, including hydrating and making sure that I eat properly, and obviously freedom to do what I love with family, with friends, to be flexible with my life and not feel bound by routine and expectations. I love that. And I just love the fact that I can get up, go for a walk, come back, and just do what I enjoy doing before I settle down to work. What do you want? Jot it down. Now, what I'm talking about is not an overnight success. It takes some time to internalize what becomes a habit, what shifts you into becoming a new you or being transformed into a new person. It's not a matter of weeks, it's not even a matter of months. Therefore, don't give up. Don't be distracted by doubt and shiny objects. Keep on doing what you want. Find out if it is bringing you closer to where you want to be. Trust me, it will work as long as you don't quit. A simple thing, YouTube, I'm talking to you. This channel for me is important because it is linking, it's connecting me with you. That is very important. I would not be communicating with you, sharing my story, if I had not banished fear of making videos, looking into a camera, something that I had never done. I did it, and fear started disappearing. It just started disappearing. And today, for me, I am encouraged and I'm also inspired that I am sharing my story with you. What do you want? Jot it down. Be persistent, be consistent, show up even when, for instance, you no longer feel like doing what you've committed to do. Remind yourself that you need to show up, that you need not give up, that success is there as long as you continue and continue. It can be boring sometimes, but keep on doing that boring thing. I guarantee something will happen. And you know what happened? When I continued with the routine, I realized that I would be walking and ideas would come, and there would be this quiet thought that I would follow. Strategies of doing business emerged, opportunities. I even wrote a book to celebrate what I learned when I worked very, very closely with Nelson Mandela. I had taken that for granted. But one day I realized that I was very enriched by that experience, having worked with him very, very closely. On 3 occasions at one stage, he even wanted me to take him shopping, and I did. He was a whole president of a country. I had taken that for granted. But above all, I learned a lot, and I've published a book. Do visit my website in the description below. Help yourself to that book because it is there for you to enjoy. It's a free ebook. Walking side by side with Nelson Mandela. I would not have found time to gather these thoughts, my experiences, the highs and lows of my life. And today, I write books, I write courses. I have even started being invited to speak. And it took a very, very long time to be where I am. And I guarantee that start tomorrow. Yes, it may be a long journey, but success is guaranteed. Before I leave you, I have made videos, and do visit my videos in this channel, you know, and I also look forward to being with you in the next video. If you are new, do come again and like this video. If it resonates with you, subscribe. Do come back. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.